o marang moula mayap aungil madangali arngula bela
malungil sil selmora kami rogu kmaswedet makra el sil strategi del program regid el ngia amlisi aklisi ed malalte del mom dang liab luad makablement regid youtube dabul swed el kiril el al sil seng malt me arnguk el mom ngamata artigal terul ngas kal sal el ngartiang e komestit malungil sal mkongora o mesiti de malgotigel ngalgiur dilo se tamala artilo se tirgato ata ding diagboku ul olta klibok sogartil den dimoditil olta tilo se tirgato ata el ngalger watang sel bodo mo ratial bodo mol ratial program regit kita madangel wasa Sunday le tiul ko bisingila ong widel boy langia amom o am with rak rabol takngera utamela la regit emrol edo bangal men muter el alsil se ulmo la klisi era 1981 mangsil sel bodo o bodebe que dasul girer el al time el mono selsi o sea ngarakan kester ngira klangar regit tigal terul ngas ka adang artiang aki premsio tartil mel kuksa del mormen saul de suir el girela abluada belau ma tialu temela la regit maguk future tir regular de suil waseng bangarang len cloud to tlel le tial blu abluri tirgai dengan leket ento omokro tir to de tir school manga era bor segi de edigu tir de ale ku poku mas aikel gol cloud to tlel to gol aikel dorura bek friday wase aikel dulu abluada tial merkol tal sunday kalau am tengel wase sel gotel klol klor ablur belau aulumur sera ongem luror dia belau games mengaringir elang melmul merengi ada time kalau orang seluasnya elal tuta es la aurora oba batong melmul batong ay kal merkol klol etmal bertokar adanil belu tirgal terul buigil ngartianga atanga buigra ngarkasoal atanga buigra ngarbeed mang lamalungila nandil oreonga orero ba ko tel tokol el gol tre al time mal de la medals emrugo emomregra a sunday mang moringia sel om simul on dibra angira moringira asahi field daw se mora asahin mora jim anyway seguida ya tara ako klol tokol dilo abalwada mal kita ngudingil tokol leng tokora kodal naringi sel accidentra abitara bem mirai rai esera sa kapasengera sa badong il ngaria imol el ngasel buigel enlat kita nga ayun na malabat pangil Augusto Osilek mang kita ay say isegi del basyo aktirek lugro mesringile kumamal adra news se mal black report ab tokol accident lang argi igal makasal igal mergo akum das sel ay maraka accident lang ar se mara aradan madama matata langara 5 and 6 the last 5 years trigil ko akosti agalil kora
terapem army
why say segi del basyo mergo mang direk taramal ko tokol dilo relansel del anniversary ngokwal ragra utamela la rai melik naria close de ureng ma celebration se sa badong mo 4 years etiali meliga do ngelo se namo ko raga utamela la ringi elal sil se tiramrura omlot rabebi rabarsengi
Tarang alikela mila.
O ese close to trelo se ela se el guktol bede bertial e boto sao tial utamela la ringi da constitution git na dire ngaria kul de suite gal ngas ma uldas was ngaria bebiringil akide ko amomre relal time ko tomdas ul kirel mang ngaria imora tokol dilo ko rambal meringil tokoy sel ses ban larngira ablila achen sa kuma albert el ngaram kati mal nikel rior luite ako dalikil mal ringil hindi milses berrogi rabli ngil mas
YC.
enggal mas na malak ngaringi self fundraising ngaringi da TMC momrek ra kapasngay makimal walingit lo salswel kuk tikel sabir el stobe lo dar sa sisil maseulen mal meringil tukole keding urgidel kal meses sababli me ayrin limbo di busak kloklem robo me ka kamakara ngari arang leke mai kam
Al kota tenti ulat.
mal meringil
YC.
tukoy mak malo siya akti mo segi dem rogo bodo mur ti alguk ti alongerul ko bansa program rigidel
NGIRMANG hal kultur berkawe akmal ungil total marbekla de akmara loreng ara mikayal de ungil de ureng al kirel tial constitutional day rigidel maral May Sunday, July 9th, hindi ka tumaral ng tangat ng irmang artiral mikakirel atalo bangket. Mungkukura mo sa baed al guk ang maudoswir al kirel. Tial constitution al kit, al mlamo 42 years. Maroko nga uera to mo, alakmal di swak al share al wase. Kami sa tiyang ng irmang, tiyang sel dadung 2022 annual report ra Palau Red Cross Society. Kaya yan. Oo, masala ko rasola ko oti malesaraat tiang aul makulol teringi malungil example al morar bekl organization erbelaw tirkanan profit ending direct al ngaringi ako ra imala government teringi matamariru la kapis teringi mo share lobontari ra leadership makumaral was bekl senators our delegates mal office president perhaps judiciary ang makapiringi mangungil to ko lesel dola igal maklol grant rangot albalu lorur taureor ang mal kirel ngaringa report ang mga bloon mal loldu away kay gidel wase show us the results kamo ay wase komulus pe auto der serra kal marulang ra mesel momes ang ngaringa siya sing ra adal tira miru laureor mar adal mletone tama molmu tarang ngaringa pie chart tara alsel lol all title datong financial ay gigitang malungil lol all ta wase ngaramle response al mora community ral ngaring access mangarang yang ngaray kukle tokora covid to midrow sarat mangmal lungil report etial Palau Red Cross Society akmal amatra timertirling botokar volunteers a management tier ingel executive director al maireng sangabaw mal classmate nga kaktire kal mal mesa tetele lorol malungil lidera ako staff our management matiang adigul ol tringile Palau Red Cross Society tiya datung bududrat mol sel gidam dingel wase omsan mal mo abun way sel sesapul mlaringi elakar adha malakar mere adal ngosuka ka color care Tarwataang Kolortir. It's a humanitarian organization. Mangmal nga rin 7 fundamental principles of Red Cross. Makmal di swakar at apolotangay. Ito subeng irmang. Mpodo require arbekal agency belal tir o marula o spe upfront. Malubeng tokoy raw daw dal marula o rapalu polo report. Apekal ragelo olta report tir. Di say hit
Irene kala adra border tial aldabel
ay makmal amatertir
kumal waldo rin abes
aerorak aktire kalmal lauspe a service raw Red Cross radya kadil pela ral se ratalage etik every Monday guli ta arasa at honor arasa mletal ngara Austria ngara kangasang edire kalmlong ari nga akora accident mong Red Cross akmal dim larsay emer ko ng helicopter nga kalor karda kara hospital it's a miracle aktire kalmal lureng suladyo sa silog lendi ngaringi rabulul at tirkangan at least 192 countries around the world makadamal ngal tangatar atabela ngaringi Palau Red Cross Society rigid
ang tirgal terul ngas kal adang artiang aku langi tertil wasing napol sabil elmo o mesra constitution rigide ora o me mbo direk prate el uyi asel le labatas le labatas tial utamela lamang akmo o langitra gang mangkotumo syo kairgi mo syo kair ka mbo ibom iwi selo labang sa torbela
Mako ice rank claim kang legal taang telariki mi kamle graduate telara KUINLAN school.
Okay. Sula ngirmang ma Miss OLKERIIL nga klaka RUETEI MARBOU nga ka 18 narigi ngaligay la alan na MARBOU ma Bridget Radatsi nga ka graduate telara kara skura MINDSZENTY tiragal nga apoy kara orior ndik tiragal ngirmang malboy kara nga elong la tida wala labang sa constitution
Kamle graduate terigel.
MINDSZENTY High School.
MINDSZENTY High School. Ilmle cardinal.
Ay say.
Aw ulmagal special guest ka mangaltar other el 2000.
Sel Cardinal Award siya ko tel ngarba
Ngay se MINDSZENTY High School. Private school.
I see. At ida ko wala labang sa constitution ng idol wasi. Agi ulto la dim lang aringil around lisiam. Ikamamal other belaw am isi elmutis misi adim lang aringil aro den may. El degal ngaraw ay el lisiam ra other delel ay kalyong serbelaw el balumam ra arol. Magilmut mlisi adim lang aringil UDESUALL el moam aliw e am karaw ra digasam ra ro maklabelar ramam maamungul rarang mam el gire labud mail mokle el malt el mararogul adra blulat ayut maklit tel watmel alla rayliak el arungul aklisi el ablur belaw e amma kasel budul amdad el tuy aklisiam maulukor rawil arubak kaldes
Malungin.
mal sel Lorenza ige kami ulboy ka mal heavy sel wai kamam me torbela sel torbela ige kita ngobrao det mol to koy ige kita ige loyal al motor gid mal uben kaider gidra bluat sel dorar bedu aim ela cuida aula le korka mo smoda or mo spe atoram rigel mo iwil to am rigel
Makamtira kan introduce yourself. Kataang yung la school again, ang alikil taang barata mabatangal ka.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is QUINLAN SIKT YAOCH. My mother is Virginia Motongirausoy, and my stepfather is Matthew Arurang. I am from NGIRMANG, and I graduated this year from Palau High School. Oh, I am 17 years old.
Ega direkal mal valedictorian, direkal top of your class LR class of 2023. Au ulma direkal mal special guest ka mamrelan 2000.
Thank you.
El kapom iwisel preamble ra constitution agit.
The preamble. In exercising our inherent sovereignty, we, the people of Palau, proclaim and reaffirm our immemorial right to be supreme in these lands of Palau, our homeland. We renew our dedication to preserve and enhance our traditional heritage, our national identity, and our respect for peace, freedom, and justice for all mankind. In establishing this Constitution of the Sovereign Republic of Palau, we venture into the future with full reliance on our efforts and the divine guidance of Almighty God.
Alungin. Mo masintar mi karal atang irmang adira kal kukman ngupset to karam rigel mo kumusulang kinlan el kukoy wil to karam rigel.
ko mal masaur kaum la iwil to bela ma to ram digel mal trigel Lorenz especially kami el ngarai krel belau era el ngas glat ma trigel kukmla ada blimio amla decide lo se como kera par de ahí del selo moren saigang aguren lo se bols lo ulem lutel mer belau len moral ki de kut maklit el belwan lo ga ay wala rubak dios kut maklileng di imol bulu el mal que el bulu te adidim ra el sela map pacific sa tablet lo me sé que el map pendeja se pedem salos dibus di kita rubak angil kid metiang sel do me sa exigit en la ara ede mor ewalta la ragar setikil esto si de ser al mei mon cloto te que mal makasar elang el albul adak tilur kami ra wertial basi kami angara ma bering time kamama sa agim le bule maral mendim le makasaya ara awudo de makasaya ara ang artial ng blue gimaldi other belau klingar kamama mle mring le dim le lak le kada kle na me kaing seu babal tigreng o mungule mat mokortel belwad el al sil seng namongod mauulam ng suwa kang ngutial te al le pabangala ibi lagi skumete al sa kam kora timskida kuk kamiam le tap raskur belau rela tilang ngileak atangak la ending direk mal mering la challenge la mangurailang le kamiru la nga ato mesel kami apalur belau marangal ke belau mesel kami in maran wasit magarang mga future bela tarak klub siya malultuir kami mang cloud to tira kam ko beskida ul suil was ngara ul suil ka matobra ta school el arra egit tal albangar tal temela la rigid el bono mul wol ringi smok ringi da suringi da asande lungil klub sei ingaringi aklogor aranga sak mapulur bela adang long ma to oror mai kang o sugor elangal tigelo sugor la dengar sel generation kami kami ela o babulur el mon mata ngara ul de swiu kam kaul de swem ko kaul mga stater kaul sa kam ko peskida perspektif kaul kaul de swem le gidem ngara ka magina bluwa de bela ta klase
ela kokngan sekpo college sa kalmsuba tora computer science le el alta makadana stable kadana westernized na modernized na mopta technology say daw kukngagi kumasering wasen kukngaras be del spare tay del best technology kut maklabel wat mela waya tora CRF ma tel wa pickwick tira ala spare technology super level belaw spare best technology ma computer lang na moda ka do spare adel mal el top del el ngara earth el map ning dira ngaring am city wa el alta ngaring adel dira top del mo dito dira man mo spare wa masilit til el mortar worldwide el muy brother belaw am super sido ko kamal interest nalik sila kaya el boy el mel lang akoradik na experience wa tokora technology I've been abanggen kaswal continue super ngi euksek meyak o spare ngi contribute mara abulur belaw
malungil tila malungil le kadamara lo spe at digital di hala NGIRMANG Google wasen kandire kal adra sports tiale le part belaw games
oy
mangara ka kang kuluso ko rangal sports
usola basket
lulum tera blura
blurang esa
malungil tukrir araul mo ring esa oy malungil kama madira kal adan esa re ul mak mention ng mga kabloon malgol kamal sa sports malungil arong udara belaw games teleng el ara kay gyomel asiu nga ko mel asiu wase sports mal help para community kami ar migal at ndira kal man reduce ay gel gora suicides suicidal attempts laring ira during COVID I'm happy lo sa kanya participate. Continue.
Sido ko usual gela blue belam tidil constitutional gidil wasing dili kalmar dub traditional rights ri kidar other bela sel dongol wasi constitutional gidil mal dub sing abot me arungo del betinget mo kada mal dir ka swad other bela swad del betinget tingedil swad the unique nukngaring identity gidil top dari mora blue lat sido menan siya ko mewarmo ko ni ila constitution ri
kan mo yuta ulaw le korakaw
Well, for me, if I recall, ever since I was a small child, I remember always being fascinated by science, but science where that I can see. So, weather, looking at the sky, looking at space. I would always watch National Geographic and Discovery Channel. And yeah, I think that's always been my, passion ever since I was young. So looking into the future, I'm interested in pursuing a career in STEM. Maybe more specifically, a career in, who knows, maybe natural science. Maybe marine science, since marine science is very big here. It's relevant here because we're surrounded by the ocean. But I would like to venture more, somewhere maybe in astronomy or meteorology, things like that. Yeah.
So how do you connect that with your vision? How do you connect it to us, to the future of this country, and and our culture and our environment?
So, in the way I see it, with the whole world becoming more globalized and more of, I'm going to say, one singular entity, I'd say that for Palau, the future of Palau is bright, definitely. I see that, especially when it comes to environmentalism, which is one of the issues that Palau is facing right now. My area of interest could open doors, and it could inspire people to pursue that career, and to things like that.
So I am very proud of you that you also are interested in science. And yes, vela mralos pe astronomers, meteorologist. So I'm very happy lo say you're pursuing that. What is your observation about all these talks about climate change?
My observation is that for us here in Palau, we are pushing the limits. We really are setting the standard on the world stage about climate change. Like a decade ago, I believe, was it President Tamiro Mangasao who went to the United Nations and basically told the entire world that we are going to be securing most of our territory as a marine sanctuary, and over the years we have, I want to say ridiculed, we have preached and spread the message that other nations on these larger nations, who just so happen to be our allies, our friends, such as the United States and China and the other big nations, we basically talked about how they have a huge role in climate change and how they should be the ones who are taking charge of the path towards a better future, because what they're doing is that their industrialization and everything that they've gone through their history they've contributed to the whole issue.
Okay, very good.
Silbo pangigidil mo climate change nga arena kung otaklid mo maraya at environment ang disweb grabebo di maluin diak malgirel thanks. Now let's go to sports. I just want your ideas on sports, because when I was in high school, I went to Xavier High School in Chuk. From freshman to senior, I play basketball and volleyball. And the baseball, I was not good at. And I know your father is a basketball player, and we have this sports going on now. What sport, I watch baseball. Baseball, as you know, is the #1 sport in Palau since the Japanese time. The story is the old people tell us, one Japanese organized Palauans in 1923 to play, baseball. I guess, and the Japanese game they play, for the first game, the Japanese won. But the second game, the Palauans won, and the Japanese stopped it. Because they didn't want to be defeated by, they call us toming, were like kind of slave, under Japan. So the Palauans start playing among themselves. And when the Americans came, which is continued, so it's a important sport. But now I watch the game, at the stadium. Not maybe 1/5 of it is for people there, but when you come to the gym, basketball, volleyball, the crowd is so big. So I was just wondering that is the interest in baseball among young people down and more, more interest in basketball and other sports?
Not necessarily. Like ngaring ako mal sorry ra to ra yakyu mal sura to basket. Ngaring ako sabi law sukol tablo.
Why say?
Alaw ulugum das nga wasing ulung man sa ka team lang ilkare. Ulung ko klamral da sa yakyu lang.
Di rubang. Sige wag di rubang nga sa di harbi na. O ako susak ko sa tiang ra mo sa pro tele team ra Palau high school ang masegad. E ko pro tele kira yakyu gidi magsay ko di rubang kasi makung am na chance sa values and anyway selgo mo mesra waya sports and tegida ako ko singa sa klole. Sa kararu play against others kita ada bela palungira ikel kade berurut mahungira ulgungira waya kugikel mekade kadir murtis sel da bora rurut era micro game since 69 and me kita sinten 100 ma 200 ma relay mengako singguk asig kita aku kita concentrate re kita makasay silguk tabora klogol wa tabora Pacific malu tabora micro game kada sila spread ma batoga hindi ko interesting el to gumesra wa ya sonsorole sonsorole ko trago tra ke state bela ela number 2
Yeah.
now weightlifting there was a mandating last 16 call Monday Tuesday that number 2 oreo ya ora son la oporgi la ko kerera ngarbe kerera ngarso mal besar adrengi
Telan medal sal ngilay.
bondet ngala 16 elang sel statistics elang la 103 total medals utit
Congratulations on Sorol State.
Segi de ako di malusemos malusemos tegi sports link mal baklo tu ko se mal betul ada involving wa elatial games elang
Mingi olege sa community marat.
Regular sports ko kira hindi da sabi da ga undas 15 sports along 18 ta sa el dio sokoro wala sel bora original level ma international level ka da mi lagi da concentrate igel sabi edel msi weightlifting will ngara abarao de na ko uldo sumi gide segid
la kung nga tool sport ila nga uswa belaw game belaw uswa basket edire nga raro may lal Friday nga raro to
Telan meters.
dahil ang ukti sabi ka ramur tawag na tungak legal kaamter at blurang esal mormur sele 4x1 relay
Okay.
como nga basket ang isa
agi rilap tra playoffs
a playoff ngilo nga
da nimna
lang okay kapag sa kabanor ng isa and twice mo number 2 mo number 3 sige mam na start tabela games sa time de ka kuran dal mam sa gimal brigil train sel we have to get goal dimle le be tactical sa time le makasay ya facilities aman etal mal dili kam le ring elama ang esang amo rankle tela
Sir, na wrong overall play la number 12.
o si de ka ulel de ka kuran
The sportsmanship remains
I see.
malungin di wila ko kera ka sikt ang mansok ang Clement to Corbelol sikt QUINLAN SIKT ang ngara ko kora to swim sports nga interested ka of any sports.
Well, when it comes to me, I'm not really that interested in sports per se. Yeah, I'm more interested when it comes to, I guess, facts, information, and just school. But if I remember from the 8th grade, I used to play a little bit of volleyball. I think, to me, that's my favorite sport. It's like, I was watching the game the other night between, the championship for the women's volleyball. And it was it was nice. It was very tight. And
between what teams?
I believe that the bronze, it was between Palau and IRENE. I'm not sure. I forgot. But I know that for between the first and second place, it was between Angkor and Koror. Yeah. I was looking how they were playing, and they were very extreme. They look like they've been playing for like what 10 years because they're really good. Their spikes. Yeah.
No, I think I was watching the game. I think it was unfair. Because, Koror, they're all tall, all experienced players.
Oh, yeah.
Angkor, most of them were very short and kids, like maybe 14, 15 years old. But Koror, some of them are mothers.
But it was impressive to see how Angkor was able to go all the way to second place. And they consist of children from elementary school and high school. And actually, most of them look like they were under 20 years old.
Yeah.
Malungil observation rakaw. I appreciate that. Nga ka kuraway ka dimle play a little volleyball and table tennis. Hindi nga ka kuktil those other sports, adrenaline sports. Adrenaline sports ay gel to water ski mal-albakla. Berdagek lara ka nga sang ay gaya kukto tong adrenaline sports. Very soon. Paragliding. Akberdagek la. I have over 500 jumps. Ay kaya to kung adrenaline sports. Nga adal ko kwaisel ti kalsal matura na sports. Gamal albakla. Lamo 53 dire gamal albakla. Whatever sports you're into, ay galgo korasomi. Akum daswa sports ako tal important tal part of life. Even sa paklunging malso ka table tennis, volleyball. Any kind of sports. Komral mamuklol seldi mo sports ang malungi ra health and plus ang ungil socialize. So I'm very proud of you guys.
Sel ko sa emerging tuat ngara mora medal games lara basket.
Basket gold medal game madir ka number sila kasus.
Kasus?
Oy.
Wow.
Ito lang langat pang mga
Ang tamlo kats.
angat pang. Back to back.
Angat pang?
Oy.
Wow. Bilkarangat pang malaki ko belum mo.
Tiri am no champion siya last time lang game.
Oo.
Ela tanan mo nan tulbak to.
Ya ororo ka man si ati mari.
Tim sisi ora amal mistra will fight.
Oo. Wow.
Hindi kami kukto move mora tourism mora economic recovery.
Oy kami hale kukto buat talos. Kamom nasu melos. Sel kukto ko ra ore. Okmong ngara ko ra ungil kami omdas luror kat magil belaw business alubang probablement kirel ada o mesel kirel mom wasung to the high school polo loro design mo malot ma college en mutel men das wasin mungil gel jobs belaw.
What are your current observations of entrepreneurships or work related careers that you see Palau needs now, and perhaps when you go to school and come back? Kami to start sikt, QUINLAN, pumarigela po RUETEI.
Okay. So based off my observations on, I mainly know like local young entrepreneurs. A lot of them, actually, so a lot of the entrepreneurs I see now, they are mainly in areas in like beauty and art, and it would be nice to have people go out and pursue careers in the medical field, especially doctors, because the National Hospital really needs doctors, people who can specialize in the equipment. Because I remember hearing that Japan donated an MRI or something like that to the hospital, but that's great. But I remember hearing that the issue was nobody knows how to use it. Nobody here knows how to run it and look at the results and interpret it. So I think that would be great for more Palauans to strive to become doctors, like Stephanie Roor. Very proud of her. Go girl! Like pursue a career to become a doctor and come back and help. But other than the medical field, and actually it's pretty much it. Oh, and business. Well, there are a lot of young business owners. They have business in art where they create stickers or portraits of people. Yeah, it's very inspiring to see people pursue their career in their interests and make money out of it. It really is.
Yeah,
It's
their
just-
passion.
yeah. It's inspiring to see people be their own boss, make their own rules, and follow their own personal time, because it can be very difficult to work in a 9-to-5 job because you are limited in terms of, well, your freedom.
Yay, there's an entrepreneur right there already. Okay.
Ako mes ako rin sa Carlos. Ara selom daswa way ikatom sa business ng tourism mga hindi ko ra maldia ka kora way sa ta business raseras. Mo assess malubang umgrolangi kala. Malubang umgrola babil way ko kumam namuruba kay malas igaring ini la ngalay ko ra practical mo mes asab el rule.
Actually, yeah, I do agree with you on that. So I do agree that Palau, we should start more businesses that center around agriculture and aquaculture, so that we can really take advantage of the full potential of what our lands and waters have to offer to us. Yes, to make money, but to also cut back on imports,
Yes.
so we can grow locally grown vegetables. And if any, we can seek help from Taiwan and Japan, since they are very good at agriculture. Yeah.
Very good. And it's a good time for Ruete since he likes computer science and technology. There may be some technology in NGIRMANG that can help with agriculture and aquaculture.
field na kadire kal waiter ko niya kunan wase ayal supplies sa hospital waya lol ngosong sundile kal selamel الكلوت الملا أذن ده أسد النغرتين ngasuin ingrid dal dorok kangin marhuri ping edere kal klolo daw dia ngani gel le nol kin ge sayid ge top swimmer ge miltamal oil edere kal dimna as ilulir belam negil la remember another night el morning lon ngosering sib el harar ngin mora ngedere mo ada karab lilyo.
And time is of essence. O other diyan lam laras ko kimos mer.
Wala ko na so let's say waya filter ka ako kumura school emeng either a business you can do you work in the government or you do business in that in that area.
Waya emering ya wasal private IT or well, computer science is not just inventing technology. Say there look really or
digital
or say the ngayar field tin brula technology ngawuk sa super nya what program will function or say the technology.
Yes.
Waya ngar al cell mangitu or al cell programmer coding.
Oh yes, okay. There's another entrepreneur there.
Elam overall swim kumatangal sa elementary gid elang develop they call it stable coin. Igal
Hindi ka pilot project.
igal ngaraw sugar take it or Bitcoin mo ludo del mo
Tita nga natin payak klaro.
nga ka mal de ka understanding makmal trial understanding nga ya sa legal kimnartiang legal masawdring mar ara mo bulu nga nga lagi ka Taiwan mil sa sinal mil mal is ito emrul tibela mo sing mine tola ba computer create the money have you heard about it? Or?
So, Ruete, what are your thoughts, current thoughts about blockchain, digital technology, crypto, all these, what's happening in Palau now with the stablecoin projects?
Diratal create to diratal core mission daksal familiar ngil wa Bitcoin ma daksal madani.
Nga kasi Maldi, karawal to swim kinilawa. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I have heard about Bitcoin online and how the developed nations like the US and the European Union, they are integrating online transactions and digital transactions more into the system. Here, I'd say, I guess it's good that we are becoming more developed and we are, I guess, reaching that level. But I don't know, when it comes to me, but anything that takes place online, or anything digital, I always have this issue when it comes to security, because online, it's very easy for people to just hack your account, or they advertise you something and then you like tap it and then they steal your information. So yes, that it's good that we are becoming more developed and we are, and I do see how it'll be much easier for us to transfer money and for our daily lives to become better. But I hope that when it comes to security reasons, when it comes to the other issues, I hope they can also do well with that. And yeah.
Malungin. Man, thank you, Quinlan.
Dulur elang become resident Palau digital kala ngarayang
Digital nomads. They work somewhere else.
They pay how much? $100
Around 250 lepela.
to be digital resident Palau. It's di ako dagel sa kom narmeng sa kom nama muy kom dagaya lo bendia
Lepas sila aral 2021 and 2022.
Well, this is my first time hearing about it.
Oh, see?
You want to go into this
Computer science.
computer stuff, because this stuff they deal with computers, or I mean, that's why old people like us
And you're concerned
cannot
about
learn
cybersecurity.
all the new tricks.
Lulkorngil wasing mal risky ang arbela about the two. Rule account to things you can get hacked. Ngayon sir ngani dire to tilo do la sir kung tumamrura cyber security belaw. Nisum tumameo do link dire sa wal aimra. So kal super ngi me pursue the cyber security el protect our other online. I'll sell to mother nice to society that time kada din mo rely online ngani other sendiri da messenger link set tural sell you get hacked.
Why is
May ida ka cyber security dire kal protect our other الوقت ده يصير الدخل سوري على التوب it's be either like find something to do about it, delete or top, keep people safe.
Malungi lang irmang medik eto ang at naman masaulit tirgal RUETEI el cycle sol mamasub el computer science Michael bla mention el cyber security. Sera 2021 akmal milngel ura imol adra UNODC United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime. Magingilu a grant drura Palau Chamber of Commerce low spare ang klela blur belaw. Mlemok teker seldori 6,000 was to work to improve and help Palur Belaw with cyber security and anti-money laundering. Ay kay gital tukura online. Ako kumlotwab the last year, hindi ako tinggal was at tamil karay kaludo. Hindi akmal mereng asuli was concerned at your age about cybersecurity and identity fraud. Leng Europe pamaral sab ema mga Sweden nagatit muras tawang alti malaklalo et tuwab det tamlaskan mlappay. Hindi ako mo porakya ser. Bato ka balul na mo transitional mo ray kaykit. Hindi ulang klisi elay kal balul waise langigel cyber security ningi ma-anti-hacking waigel mologoy mal masisi. I'm very proud of you guys Rosen sa iul ko take those into consideration. Hindi kal ngarang ngirmang dire kal elagi dal ngarbela merku 2024 election. Ako meseng arata spend a lot of time on social media which is an unofficial media. Beotrar ada the fake names et namalgot ko ngi dilta el sorir e pai soril mo korawel trailom ko atara official media el tira verify sources e all top da alin sa information, facts. It's good to be concerned about identity fraud and cybersecurity.
Talking about social media, I think you know that your school is famous for the viral videos about fighting, even
bullying.
Girls fighting inside the classroom and boys are outside. I mean, that's. Look, when we were going to school in during our days, we was fighting. Of course, people disagreement of the boys, but we have never seen this kind of fighting and then taking video it and put it online. I said, this is what what can we do with that kind of stuff? What's your opinion on this?
Well, my opinion on it is, well, if you look at the fighting, there's always been fighting at school for ever since school has been in existence. It's just at this time, people have devices where they can record these fights. So, in my opinion, I think what my school should be doing is they should probably enforce stricter policies. They could, I don't know, maybe. I think what my school could do is they could, enforce stricter policies and maybe, I don't know, expel them. Probably suspend, expel, and use these instances as examples of what not to do in school.
Maybe pay a penalty.
Yeah, pay a penalty.
Ako ay sila Vicente tara famous ra akla quadra school Vicente some years ba. Oh man, I mean very serious fight, and but I'll tell you something. When we were growing up in SR in the elementary school, from 1st to 6th grade, we had fights, and when we have fight, because we have a wrestling and then we have play sports and then we get into fight, it's like a plan. There's a certain place in SR that we all go there. And boys from 3 villages on one side and boys from 3 villages on the other side. So we go there and then we watch fair fight. No knives, no stones, no biting. It's fair fight. So we sit there and then those who are in conflict go fight and we watch them. And so when somebody, the guy put the guy, then punch him and said, okay, you're afraid of me, okay, So we said, okay, finish. Now you're afraid of him. So don't ever, challenge him. And then we split. It was like a plan, a kind of organized warfare, But nowadays, when I look at it, I said, I guess this influence from overseas and movies and videos of violence. But it's something that's kind of serious,
Yeah. So what are your thoughts, RUETEI?
How do we deal with this?
Yeah, the high school recording, they use devices, social media to record the fights and bullying, put it all viral everywhere.
Or how we can regulate or just lower the this kind of fights for still kids, because it's here hard, as parents, man, it's better to see your kids fight or get hurt,
Well, kung nga das ededik mo rangal mo stable of fighting, fight. Sometimes they don't have the self-control and they feel like fighting fixes up the violence. UDESUALL يرى social media MINDSZENTY neto bada like towards the end of the semester and what tila bada is the school rules was say turn in other more within classes.
Interesting.
Melate dire kalurong ulem was a stricter policy ilkira la secure igagid social media.
Yes.
Ela kung turn in adeng wa sel bomregel nga klase kung kukmol mo.
I see.
Sente kal salungin.
Well, say already it's already been there nga rulebook ra school ning no that such strict di lang nan mutton mo strict.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's good.
Malungin. Kami ko Mr. Leader Sergit, sen Mr. Til nga TV. Kung man mo kaki kilometer til takaltuk litirgel makatekat tang okpersel liter belaw. Hindi ako mestril nga rateng wartir. Ang tablol ko na oreng se o mesin dertirgel migagrel at amak to ko tumiltinga rateng wartir menti ako tingel waset til ka torreng saiga losada lubet to ko radi. Kami ang smart encourage kami observe. You can learn from others' mistakes. not to repeat.
Yeah.
You know, we have grandchildren going to school and they have fights. Sometimes the school called us, the parents, to go both sides. And I was just thinking that maybe because there's available of knife and guns and air gun, all this that can really hurt physically, that maybe we should develop rules where if you hear the students' report of incident where, so it's so you put them together and say, okay, you want to fight? Fair fight. Or go arm wrestling.
No
or
weapons,
or go wrestling. So you know that if it's stronger than you, then don't do this again, you know. So they know that because if they go outside the school,
sports.
You're right.
Yeah.
I do agree with you on that. I think in the core of these fights is that they're just very angry. They just have an issue with another person, and instead of directing their anger, their frustration towards a fight where that could potentially harm them and that could go in their record and could end up in being in hospital, redirect them into something more productive like sports, wrestling, boxing.
More organized.
Where it's more safe and you know the outcome.
I mean, I have many children grandchildren who are in elementary and high school, and I said, you know, if the day comes, they call you from the hospital and say he's been stabbed or been shot or been, head broken. I mean, how would I react? It's hard, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to a topic that's very serious that we have dealt with. And Palau has, I think, last year, 2021, become the worst in the history, suicide.
They increase the
Yeah. And you guys are in that age group where, how, what's your thinking or thoughts of how do we prevent this, or at least, there was none, literally none but suicide in our history. We had 2 or 3 cases in Koror, Durak Island, love story, and Malkiwak love story. That's hundreds of years ago. But in 2021, it was worse. It was like five in 1 year.
Yeah.
Even the president, we had a meeting, we convened
last year, Constitutional Day, community awareness.
So it's really wrenching situation. Ikel mal bring larong utang ilitom sidim keng relat.
Yeah. The youngest was 9. The youngest was 9.
Kada magrar elang oy tiay gidel. Raul de suyo kada magrang preventer tilamang teklasal malmo.
لو مثلا دير بتوقع قاصص المرة هذا suicide سأل mental health disorders or سبقى bullying and دير depression ويا دير parents ngayong parents sila understand their say ngayong kids sila ang lumdaso saying it's child bullying. But then kung more parents yung siya kung netela kuro lir kung discipline waya mga level dara nga lagay cellphone maknit kung tiling was touch child bullying or other application ka lang rir nga mundi kay dira mat ko sa iya waya social media cyberbullying selto da isem maknit dilakata kal swimmer ata masakaw elway sing elol ko isem lomer ka isem ka tila to malarong laat ay ida ko
a major cause from what you observe.
Like teens ay time hukmal sisi nga social media tedira ka ngaring yam lang mo bigla ngarang araw tom tasol gire say da ko malmen cause
Masulang Ruete, thank you. Yakakukul share ngrakukul the swimmer say.
Well, I definitely agree with Ruete on the fact that social media has worsened the issue over the years because it's just so easy for information to spread very quickly into a lot of people. And I think what we should do is have an open conversation about it. How yes, there are there are reasons why suicide is going up, social media. Also, I would probably say from what I've heard or from what I've observed over the years is that these kids, they are very, you couldn't even tell that they were sad or depressed because they go to school with happy faces, they speak very nicely, it seems like there's nothing wrong with them, but deep down there is something really wrong with them. There's an issue that they're keeping, and I think it's all about communication. It's all about safe spaces, and sometimes those safe spaces are not at home.
Oh, I see.
And so that I think what schools should do is they should enforce these safe spaces, encourage students to go to counselors, to go to trusted adults where they can talk to and really communicate their feelings instead of keeping everything in. Because once they reach that point where it's just so overwhelming, they just want to stop it. Then that's when they unfortunately pass away.
Malungin.
Elang demokrat elang kukosing yuri. Kalau demokrat elang sebel momengel wasing nggak problem waiting mulgori nggak ngaria problem ringi. Udah report the parents, malu bet sensei, malu bet adult, malu bet colleagues, fellow student. Sila say, mo report as school as counselor. I think there's something wrong with this. Kuadil mo kung that edel meredel tiga umda tiga pral the magara meredel mo tiga mo mga losing kalada wa say el ngaringa intervening el action mo suira adalen ngaringa tirgelu asa story tir el begirin mo kami ta suicide ko ada mga may gamang magara say kita po amda say kita class say kita so magara rulira bolo ngara village level like el lumira ngara bayad mang so rulira school may gam say edel mere tigal wase len say edel ngara say do mesra adem tigal wase klol ka problem ngari amal mering raw da suelto magara rulira oy say kita
Ilangan nga super sa field of study, super body language, super baya atang kami sang nga adal wasi dal nga QUINLAN talmal raalsen di klete di smile da sila lo ni say da ul mang kotel important wa like body check up ka friend ka di mo che say kuwangarang ka tay job o kada do ka di mitero mo ada do say den ko nga mo do mga body language di kasi ko o kada ay sir counselors dira ka sa di mga daado ang alading nga dingin mo confident el mo sa el mo mga daado counselor langaring nga madak they don't want to admit that they're going through it ni sum mga di mga daado ngin then they can just go by themselves mga daado counselor
makahalik pas kami last question ngrawul mitrigel na kami ta suicide UDESUALL el ngasal sal IRENE
Almost in the team. Yeah, 99%.
Only one, I think one girl in the last 11 years. I think the president report that the last 11 years, I think he said there were 40 suicide and only one woman. And the rest are all men, especially young men. Why? Ngaraul, kam kolom na siya.
Hindi ka ba yung text?
So from what I've observed from other people is that okay, first this is very fascinating. I did not know there was mostly males who have been victims to suicide. But looking at it, I think it has something to do with maybe I wouldn't say our culture, but maybe how our parents, how the older generations were raised, where males in our society are, I guess, taught to be strong, taught to be stable, taught to be to not cry, to not show any emotion, basically be the power holder of the house and be the protector. And I think that pressure gets to these young boys, and they don't know who to turn to. If they turn to their parents, who knows, maybe their parents are the ones enforcing these, and they scold them like, don't cry, you're a boy. And
it's okay to cry. It's a human emotion.
And maybe they're too embarrassed to go seek a counselor or to go seek a trusted adult, because then maybe they're embarrassed that others might see them and be like, oh, you're low or something like that.
Raul the show.
Say da man kadim naksal man ni say da lolo koringin say la كذا سعر بلا كذا الطف كذا المسيسي يعني كذا المرو الأمرين التقوين Nga level ng gukmal, may music club pressure.
I see.
Pero nga ako ton malom sarang miwe. You guys are smart. Adult tough brain. You can tackle any situation with your brain. You can communication sel malkoringi. Hindi ka necessary kay kital mo. Tamo tirgal ngal karatil mo kakawate mo viral laman no makitarong kartil tamal kasungka tarire. That's going to affect them the rest of their lives. Sel bon loran mo maklo el maringyari ako may say.
Ila mo mas kami ay mol ker tor bela tor Amerikel so ako omonger ni other bela today. What is a Palawan today? Curly hair, chewing peanut, wearing short, tough for men and women, long hair, all that. I mean, when you say, if a foreigner comes and says, who is a Palawan? What is a Palawan? What makes you Palawan? Akmas ka, agere, mura.
Pero kasi nga lang kasi what is a Palawan? Hindi ka balkul mo.
Other belaw.
Other belaw. SML other belaw. Hindi ko taka madangit to belaw. Hindi ka madangit siyang belaw. Kaya maligid. Kasi nga kasi kapalawan na wayam. Particular mo masyukang araw. Like other. El mo kaya ngi mutyangar mo nga ise. Ngongir ka. Mga raon mo nga ise. Kasi Palawan is someone who loves their country, loves their traditions, loves their cultures. Like YSM el nga adra marigel la motel al rakal al ngar belaw na mamding to kor belaw na mamding shugan se ka adra yung se mo ka adra belaw ayo.
That is a very good question. Sorry, it's so I agree with you that I agree with you. When it comes to me, I can't really visualize. It's hard for me to visualize what a Palawan is, or what it looks like. But a Palawan is a person. Being a Palawan, you are familiar with your country's struggles. You are familiar with your country's culture. You are well taught with your culture, with the issues that Palawans here are facing, with Palawans around the world are facing. That's what I think.
Culture amal close to talele.
See, I'm sure there are listeners after this. They're going to tell me that boy who speaks English is not Palawan. Because he doesn't speak Palawan. So that's a criteria, speaking Palawan.
Hindi akmal appreciate ra QUINLAN and le April wase me please etikol ko to Amerika le malulu ay sarigi dol wase nga ka mal matinge sabay kal mal ko to belaw di ulak mo ko ngel wase haletikol ko to Amerika le lokong gukla experience ar adal mo make fun ra ang rela lokotor belaw ma-accent teringi ewase kau ka atrakwam ka atarike mong elang tiya ko opportunity to share with you po kami elaka 17 ka RUETEI 18 mo ko sabi ul senkyo very soon kam 18 selm other belaw nga constitutional right tarkaw el senkyo girela issues maroko nga al sela balwam india ka bulgula sa kangar belaw kangar ikrel balu sabi emel proud al Palawan. Oil. Omal kotor Amerikel, omal kotor bela, ngiti mo tingel waseng nga ka au ale ka lak ngarigen, paluaken ker.
Kung das ela ka kumas ka expression ngi kami simple, mas simple flat. Other belaw, gel medengli waseng other bela rangul, medengli au alel. One thing ela kita abek other bela sum da mode kun kiri mom ngere lang ngaria kotir akotir sel utma el ngara ka klibilem el dalam amlargin me au ul mesel me el ardir bela esel urada al ngul doklin sel oto somol lembukla se that's where you came from. It's part of the land. Ela kita ada bela lamongot al desweder ela kita utem dikit ada bela sa utma talat. Utma tablaring kita part utma dia kloklem lo traurng ilwa iwasingra. Klotutile sei gid blarang ilmei kotem sei ang hari tia tekel ada you ancestors way hundreds and thousands of years. Sei gid el klauat selo mongol lang mes klauat gid lo ya karas bate o ya ka dalam gukari adru ulem o ya ka ada mam gukari adru ulem mawasur kau maulem bal beltak lo sala da belau ka adalam ngel adalam tu pro pues ka la amor adalam ya da mama atilki bel usui maul tu asen sebela adal el modi karapli la damal sukung mada damal ya ada ser bla mom kit biga tsfilo diki di dalam ada gas modi Membloon nga rin
patriarchal society.
Membloon nga rin yung otosong sil nga kotemra. Como kaya del miulit to ay sa kami. Dia ka adar belaul dia ka ulel. Dia ka kotel. Magsigi sel Klebelaur gid maul sel to belaul sel to sakra mamlo si sem to moral mo roy por skula bo morme. Kamera ikrem rogo arailo mesrablim. Mo matangelo si. This is where you came from. Never forget that. Magmum le krab lo adal mili lo en dingirem el meraba. Abluam el momadakr sil gotem. It's concept
Ang kotulungil klebela ultoy lagi da other bela mo kira bek patengela palumang rang hindi ka patengel wasan dakal sabet al modik seigidil loyal blood soting karubakal gotet rabulwat rabulud belaw.
In English, every Palauan has an origin.
I say.
And that origin you cannot be removed from.
Yeah? Oh yes,
so a little over a year ago, I was part of the close-up, and we went to the United States, to Washington D.C. to basically take a tour and just learn how they operate their government, their culture. And while there, to me, it struck me as a phenomenon where I spoke the most Palauan I've ever spoken around my members, but even around like the people there. I kept on speaking Palauan almost every day. And by the time I returned back to Palau, my friends, they were shocked that I was speaking so much Palauan. And I don't know why, but I guess when I was there, I felt very proud. I was there and I saw just how unique we are, how unique our language is, our culture is, how unique our government is compared to the rest of the Pacific and the rest of the world. And there, as much as I love the US and I love New York, I just couldn't see myself, I guess, living there my entire life. I definitely want to come back because this is my home, and I would like to be laid to rest here.
Malungil. Thank you, Quinlan, for sharing that.
Story ngaria adram rigel endra palasistel mesendria ada kablemetam rigel msubrigit Dr. Barnett Uncle 1955 nomregel sia book small booklet ya pagomesa title Being a Palauan Emergo ngaria one ikan malta sa elobesi was describe a Palauan man. What is a Palauan man? Palauan man considers leisure as a right only to be interrupted by the necessity of work. As el describe was as arbela algo the rule di milil el dingar arwadia al mabay maigang Hindi tamo ror sel bla boklo tutel gir for survival tamora tamo mlob agarragal murula blay mata di mele erdir bela algo besakal di horror besaul que se doran me klogdas Raul mitirgal si se seguida di lo horror ti di uldur ti mogra kita agora di kam Imorat ko malngot tiga sali ko buka kwa ma ka bila plus ko kerti malngot akal churti mak o kita ada bela ulo o sia un ma to problem sar bui con to tinga ta kamita la spoiler ar de rira spoiler tir
Malu lang ko ang irmang am lasya se tirgal terung am law ay sergi del wase ngara interest tir tirga adra ureor e sorry ramo mala higher education el mongar ngel expertise tir makmaden wase tirga tirgel to kubet sa arbela ol ngaringa abol contribute ngil merabalu maftalungal e diregal pursue ay passion sa tir
dia liel uror malu bang uldas ko ngara wa construction malu bang omnel baika ako basta ngara science may lagi leng oy letil aya
el
sil sa dos pe
el angar niya koram lesendra koratal karil makka kultur karang irmange el asel do meserbela tourism say number 1 el economic driver rabalur belaw tiang kimwa maklungi e mamamlo o realize lo se ngara klub kalel belaw ngara katol tra ringir tiak klub kalel belaw ang lo muula at tourism am lo kora amo the start of tourism in Mokro era adamo obesa hook manufacturing era wa copra mara angara mga sales e kora dimlo amount tegi del tokora tourism e marong yang guk mornya covid pandemic magkamya mal matengel ko ngara school en medal 2.5 years el da kora mal uwar mal dia ka flight ta mangarang masaygi dara lumata tourism mal mlobot to ka arang alikelo bela no tia ka rerir lokla alabu ledir ka malmol maldir ka kla alabu mang at to ko bet sa sel guk laklung yole la blessing in disguise la ngari covid am lo sab elay gal tabet ma at kula da mangral ko revive mang lo sab elar wawel mangral mutol maral mekme te moklabok madire gal lo sab ira ku ko magarelat lumamdas wa entrepreneurships lo sa nga kan swakal marula ka laku art aku music ngara sa ka ruli masaya mal guklong yolel akti omes ra to ra economic recovery elang mga yuran news rang irmang at ya bela ka tamatingel lo sa CNMI aw lakwa ta tourism ringi they're facing severe fiscal crisis to ra to ma direkar adra kwam selebol klo alabu luma corruption and crime mapatok ngulu ay sa news rang irmang alwase 7 political officials ra kwam were indicted tamul lotu takal girela to corruption ya gukto sa alsel belaw en alabul selebol klo alabu luma crime omar or ma aklakawat ma accident tamar malimar rom mga ralom ko ay kal kantila randir amaral increase maral mamaklo mang Ploel ngaring isel ko ra kuku keringi raw daswe kalwa se ka makarang ang oswira ka ruler kita other belaw mo commune magkarel ata maral me maklol mamatangel wa se ngarang integrity business integrity, personal integrity, sel mo karo raplimi with takatol sis akar kami lo sengire dal honest marula malmal tokoy makaranga karuri kita mo sub loyak sa igi dal tokoy ra integrity is sustainable el sel the toruleng eng sub el malara kaya kapasara wayar atraplimi un merkami moran ngaligi un mormatat mang tial karil ang kagi dal mlesendra karil ako ra kuktiuligel wase tourism atokora tourism real all time el blackpast kami akora snapshot alwas ang lamo ang aral melmuter elang tiang la ngaringar magkarel atol way kami ul direk kora ngaringa interest kami ul pursue akora shoba el tokora tourism related. This is aside from your interest to become experts at the fields you've chose. Hukti tokora tourism. Kakupabong ruete.
Selang nga tira sa illegal ko da tirmi karel adala ban tira wa da marir motaw del law tourism en tira nga sa illegal boy Taiwan en tira kal mal sisi laban ga mal nga tourism say daw ka asing nga wa sing tira kal nga other belaw mar adra ang blue mal lungil لال سوري رابلواد البلور بيلا مرات كلبوق اللي سوري لو مر قد كلب قليل رابلواد المرار أضرب بلوري مردري قلب بق بدينير هذا الملي بق رابلواد sida komisingin o setel tourism tel dabel belau taya ula taya mga regid taya ola si sa pau tu te Sige del albro COVID sin mul korin sin cumulative blessing ling wa bla lut el regrow wa coral simlan muten me ungin ngig ma bekpadeng la armarada misal ko lut el mega tourism ko na mo si ilin me sa bekpadeng la okla madar al sila chairman channel mela sidra bol COVID ng wa bla makasa tourism sida sam tour sa mle hostra diving dive camp yak mlo suba dive camp makmlo nge experience au ngarat tiral turist ngarat mesa at sila da bebe la makmlo nge ki dive o mesa oklam dal ma aveng ma wel ma bekpadeng la arma se wow elang mark global be la si ko sinya ringa wasin me waran mo be mga ringa mal sisil do ba tourism dal ultra da bebe la niya mga
Hale, QUINLAN in terms of computer science. Ang ko kumara school mega emomoto a coding. Ang niya sab emel ko krulil to ra shoba let's say abela mornya awaigel tatong food delivery service. Ang arateng wa mal ubeng shuttle service ada sabil via Uber or Grab sa Lobra Asia ay kaya dia karbelaw require a computer science ma coding ay kang ngarinya o singe meruetel o meseng it's not only an expertise sa elmo business
sabel la sa ngarinya business el qadi qawdru la app el qadi tmuring el app o mesabek padeng la ngi available or there ngero.
All right. There's an entrepreneur. Okay.
So, I got dreams and ideas and so like a secret pursue. I get long-term goals. I guess so. I guess one. Magadam ko yung loader ni o si scrollin. Hindi ka tayo del computer science sa ungil sel ko to kadire ka musubla tele la mola deira store keep them safe. Musel mosube mongoy rada be mola deira rangi makaram keep them safe makaram keep child sa angi lertal basyong brand mo clow brand mo gagare tomorrow may I say
rangi lang arkel basyo
I say
lungin ako pongesikta.
Oh, well, when it comes to me, yes, the idea of tourism and pursuing a career in tourism is still very popular among my peers. If I remember, there was this, I'm going to say program or like a presentation made by this young lady, and they were recruiting people to go to the Maldives. Yes, to go learn, to go into the industry of hotel and tourism in there, and yeah, people signed up for it, and they were saying they would go learn things there, and then they would come back, and then they would bring knowledge about the tourism there, how they manage things, but also how they manage things in a way where tourism doesn't it doesn't like it's not abused. It doesn't abuse the land. Yeah, and other than people pursuing a career in tourism, I also see people who are interested in diversifying the economy here in Palau, just so that it's not too reliant on tourism. Because when it's too reliant, then we abuse it and overuse it. And just like you said, during the pandemic, we saw how when tourism declined, the state of our environment became better. So yeah, it's nice to see young people doing that.
Lungil, thank you.
To the maral marakak medaram et we're coming too close, so I'm gonna ask one question to both of you, and I want you to be honest and open, and then I'm gonna order Irene not to comment on it and to ask her different question.
Okay.
Itiagi dagir. Kami am dingin lo sengaria besel tax. Nuro sa January PCST tax. El kami am dingay, and you know se como affecte ko maraklalo. 10% tax na mol mutraral madengi. Mal di ka mamda sura rubuk may mabalatics bayan kumda so se tiang ungil toy tiang ungil la aldilupo really demostata January ungil la mal ubeng mutngitla ma en raul de sul kirel
La tel pitch sting ang adan mal atiril ang wine sige tin mal ko ring namring la alalaklan ding dak tung maknit tawal tlung yolet legal udo da ang mora governmentary silver governmentary da governmentary da auspega udo del el take care arabu de take care de subirin mru lagi del properties del private properties almost a school ومستعد بس fund wa cybersecurity auspega del udo del marabek pading la tol dira auspega ngit fund wa tourism magal even though mlara batol udo there other dira say the 10% raw do them asib el ngoswira u tara adal bul say do qasin garinga wasin dal maknit ngukti mlara telgi raw do them dig say the tib raw do them along a sara government mga riyom or take care of الوضع.
Miss Irene smile. Di anyway. Di ko kirakaw kasi. Again, mungil to ko what the albu le government polo la saudu dem. El mungin en area udo ta government do mesan mal to million.
In my personal opinion, I like the idea. I guess yes, I like the idea of the whole PGST thing. However, I guess my issue on it is how it was rolled out, and I guess other issues that are here in Palau. So they enforce PGST, then that collect 10% of like all goods and services here in Palau, and I've heard it's for government services. It's money that the government will use for to fund businesses or for the healthcare system here or for other systems here. However, in my personal opinion, I think what the government could have done is they could have, I guess, examined the issues that Palauans are already facing, which is the high cost of living here, the high cost of goods and services, and I wish they could have done something about it. I see that they are doing something about it, raising the minimum wage. Or, yeah. But I wish they had more time to plan it out and to, I guess, prepare for it.
Malungin.
Good idea.
Sula.
Now you have a last question.
Last question nga kamal tioger tirgal terung luase komla apla school ang ngaring ako raw doswi luase ngaral university ngaral matingel luase kal asil bata kam tingungil ako kumkora share ma inspire tirgal guk lower grades tirgal juniors al medio guk mamatingel luase ko ngaring plans kami school or university, and then ekom ngaringa tara sa igidol minimum wage in Delhi ngaringa ko kul do swiul wase ko mara school may en somiwal ngal por baba pay kami wa po moreor plus ang silver baba pay of course kom contribute to mara social security system for future kakuk ta start with sick telebor wete.
So my plan as of now is to enroll at Palau Community College, and I would like to pursue a career in STEM, maybe marine science to be more specific, and I would like to finish my degree. I don't want to start something and not finish it.
Kamtalia STEM it stands for what?
STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's right.
I would like to go to PCC because I want to take advantage of everything that they have to offer, all the services, all of the offers they have. And I would like to build a very strong foundation of skills and knowledge that I can use when I leave Palau. Because right now, to be honest, I still don't have a bank account. I still need to learn how to drive. I still have a lot of things to learn in order to be fully independent. I think that is my goal.
Wonderful. And what a better place to learn than home, right?
Yes. I would love to just learn here. And then after, I'll be ready to leave and seek opportunities outside in the States. However, I do plan to come back and share what I learned to the younger people and hopefully inspire them to pursue their passion.
Yes, and when you do work, when you come back, let's pray that the minimum wage will be higher then.
Oh yes, because pursuing a career in STEM, I heard, is very expensive.
Yes.
But the benefits, but the reward is very high. So
Science, technology, engineering, and
I just learned
mathematics.
a new word in English. You know,
Thank you,
because
Sik.
I'm a writer, so I used to think I know a lot of words, but in English, kabo eh.
Elang ko Ruete.
Nyalau planar lang sakal mamsuba to computer science ra UH Manoa.
Very good. Hawaii.
Oo. Raw ko nga sakal mre del to mong sakal mre den may.
No scholarship.
Ilak talagal apply ra PNSP malas scholarship sanal. Sakal at least ko mara Hawaii ko smooth ay galo sakal smooth may share. Sakal plan na ako tat sakal di makotetto del mura mainland mura aklol bulur maligan sakal di legal stay in the island style island life nakangara Hawaii di legal si ka 50-50 sel ko kunil comfortable na balance.
That's good.
O Emma, honorable close ang irmang kamal masaw lerwete kamal meron mo tayong irmang masetir ka sorry mo talmay sorry lo nga sera baluri rebelaw aktire ka lo reng kada malas mal encourage sa leadership brigade mo make it possible tang mo nga driving school balur belaw kada dire ka opening of bank accounts akmal encourage sa entrepreneurial skills opera school UH maomngar belaw it's okay to have a part-time job. You know, time is money. Mokomo lukang ra school so hindi sila nga ringa omoru ringi lure rem ko mga utar tial lududen. You're going to be so proud of yourself. Luwase kom la suba financial literacy emo to manage out of. So mal masaul terong share.
Otherwise, by the way, sumugmura Hawaii, UH ang ariya basketball team ari. Hindi ba pamilya sa obang bigay ba ngayon hindi sa point guard Michael. Kung may saka fast ang kamna siya minade no sokora team community college sila. Idim the first year akstoblen manom kita kulit na malmring la training ra sports right. It's good to have. Good to have mo try malsum ka ngararut ma at korarut kung das dirgal mal to competition say beside ra umsu besay kita ungil bigate anyway kita akmal amaratrigel regular listeners callers lasing amane semi so mi call mendi nesto bringileng tiang kasail time always Irene al sela la 8 9 years tiang program tiang kumdas yung taray kel tapra ngok igidel mora ngarba mal baru tegal terul boy ngok ngari rolel mo dagal dim lagu ngay emergo mal mral melom sandi aul kumlom tapra skulir tiang kita maklo tu tirgal ngaleketer to dangal guk ngilo to balom sindikal du le gaseng raru bakal merigit etut mokla mal giret el mongoyas tir emeral mertir mong mai ga school o le gumese Irene ay gallo lokoy amal masang kuringileng way kama ngaga amda tapra class ngaga savior indi timna mal dia gimom das way ke 1969 Tali na mom das way ga ni kamla sports
mo tinga computer science mas STEM
mal akla expect was kami ometra kom lagok mom skida ngot ado metel bla skida makmal o enger kami malo ngito sa mal udwal mara mi sel obor tial lo mral borngia sen next ga mringling plata temptation om giti gai gara buk pe birat go inu ku otek lemi so isare om kom mal mo grgik magandi kun das sen del mira usa ada belau wala mo korti agi de mol mut telmei sigida maklut telel akmal badengel wasa al adra blimi amal aprawder kami ma classmate kami maigal labro le kami amla komla pas ser first stage the high school komal masaul mlem kadat mak melak ti mo mes kami last word korak lam ema kuk kuldo swem whatever kuk kirela arada lo rengs ma ada belau tu bor mesetiang etiam more gor del model matak mese o me the motor replaying.
What would you like to live that is, can inspire or do you live with the people, the audience who are watching us today? Makakuk the starter kaya sik del Ruetei.
Well, I would just like to tell everyone to always take the opportunity, always take every opportunity that comes your way, because you'll never know that you'll never know what it might do to you. And to the young people in schools right now, take opportunities, take charge, keep an eye out for the programs, for the activities and just try it out. Who knows, maybe you like it, maybe you won't, but who knows, it might tremendously help you. Especially to the high schoolers right now, go to Upward Bound. It's a very nice program. I'm in Upward Bound. It's helped me a lot. And go to Upward Bound. And when you're old enough, join Close Up, join JSA, all these amazing programs that will teach you a lot of things and will help you in so many ways. Opportunities.
Thank you, Sik. That's very encouraging and inspiring and motivating to the high schoolers and other young people watching. Ilang kuk teme me Ruetei, if you can share, sangara kukuraswa me ere ma har other bolom das wuringi sel moral morahawa tiradir kamalat kara Ruetei.
I just want to share that don't ever underestimate time. Like time ako mered kagil betek sel langar madam
I say
sel ngar nga telem rulat ko emreli malakal bolong sarkara ngar madam tam sel plek learning tram stera ka mong procrastinate or underestimate time sin dandir ka clock time sel omgil betek ngar madam kana more rewo dam mate mo sido sa dim er se tama di marada stop tagalong your like work with it.
Words of wisdom Ruetei. Tira kal mal appreciate sa NGIRMANG sel gim train at time management skills ak plolo mo malukor mi kalil adlo se sel bagi sa tutaw embo ka madami mo talil sel number 1 al single Dios sa Moscow at time. So thank you.
Ada oise kumal saul kumil terul ngas ela kakmo ngalinga tul kapira constitution nga bakmo maskami atarami akmalo lingit lo sisilo mo lo liara tatmi all the time elmo bibiliar kami ura togora akla ma bukka belwadar bela kumal msula
Mal masaw happy Constitutional Day and weekend to everyone. Arat bela nga krel maalsel. Ya Dios lo bengeda rokui. Omsulang Sik to QUINLAN SIKT YAOCH ma Ilan Ruetei Marbou. And congratulations again on being top of your class of 2023.
Thank you.
marang moula mayop au ngil madangali arngul belau iseyau akmul mogon